What's good, y'all? Let me say first to all the stand-up fathers throughout the globe, happy Father's Day. Well, holidays I don't celebrate, and Father's Day is every day. Mother's Day is every day. Here's some more truth. Every holiday you and I celebrate, well, I don't celebrate, but every holiday you celebrate are all white-based. Are you aware of that? That every holiday that is celebrated originated from Caucasians. Are you folks aware of this truth? You waste all your money for what? Just to be down? Nah. Just like many don't know about America, nor the flag. And a lot of you talk so much shit about shit you don't have not this much of information about. You think because you're white. You know, I meant to talk about something else, but this one just went all the way left. I was going to tell a story that I kept safeguarded for a while. I'm a man's man. I've made errors in my life. I've made not many errors in my life. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a retract. I've made many errors in my life. Yes. And many of them was drug related. Out of years of inviting all types of strange substances into my body, thinking I'm using heroin or thinking I'm using crack. And so imagine years of all types of shit in your body, all types of shit. Decades of just, you know, once I got caught up in that rapture, I noticed it was when I said I don't give a fuck, is when it started really going downhill. But anyway, just like you people that you invite children into this world, and then you don't treat your child like the child is the most precious thing on the planet, which the child is. Nothing more precious on this planet than the children. I deal with them like they are so precious to me, and I deal with them with no strings attached, none. I love them dearly. I love them dearly. And something happened to me when I got off of drugs. Things was catching up. Things started to catch up. I was walking down the street one day, feeling good, feeling okay. I'm clean, you know. I'm just. It seemed like as soon as I crossed the street, as soon as I crossed this goddamn street, it seemed like I became so lethargic. I was just so like. Then I go to GNC, and I ask this bitch, "Hey, yo, can you give me something, man? Because I'm just so out of it. I don't know what the fuck happened right now. But just the first thing I was thinking about, I wanted to do, is sniff some dope. Then I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So the bitch gave me some bullshit that recently I just discarded. Wasted money because I was confused. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And my dick wasn't, wasn't working. And I went to my doctor and they took my blood. And these were black doctors. This one was the black American doctor. And he told me, he said, you have erect dysfunction. And I didn't understand, what the fuck you talking about, man? And I went to a specialist. They said what they said and shit. And folks, there's so many nosy motherfuckers out there, who see me alone, and already you know, respect is important to me, because respect is so important. So if you cowards, you got a question. Don't prejudge me, because when you prejudge me, you clowns ain't gonna do nothing but misjudge me. I don't know you, you don't know me. So that's why in this community I'm in today, the energy is just no goddamn good. Many liars, haters, no one understanding two sides to a coin. They take what some hoe ass motherfucker say as some type of truth, but it holds no weight. And individuals that I was socializing with would listen to it, never question, never ask too serious questions. I would always invite listeners of cowards that come to assassinate good people's character. Do you know him? And do you got any motherfucking proof? Do you got any proof first? Do you got any proof of what you're saying? And you'll watch how them cowards straighten everything up. Straighten it all out. Use all type of excuses. And the listeners don't even check them. See, you can't come to me with that. No one can come to me and talk about someone else, because it's known that I'm going to call that person. I'm going to call them. Hey, come here for a minute, man. And when I call, I'm also looking at the reaction. So when the person comes, then I say, yo, finish saying what you were saying. I don't say, yo, no. Now I say, finish saying what you were saying. And you'll watch what the fuck happen when the person is present. But if you people would understand, you talk you real shit. Some of you motherfuckers don't even know what that consists of. Some of you are liars. You give your word and have no intentions of honoring your word. What's happening right now, unfortunately, every time there's a riot here in the United States of America, it's because some shit white folks done to the original people. See, white folks, well, those white folks, I'm not talking about all white folks. I'm talking about those white folks. And the white folks I'm referring to, they know what's happening. You got white folks that know the truth. Yeah, what you doing? Nah, you can't convince them. Nothing else, because they know. See, these type of Caucasians I have respect for. I have any respect for anyone that comes with the truth, regardless of how painful that truth is. You dig what I'm saying? If we dealing with truth, like if everybody knew the truth, that this country, as America, is stolen, it's a stolen place. Now imagine the school taught you. See, the school don't teach you this shit. They don't teach you that Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. You dig it? They just, see, these teachers, they're not researching nothing. Their job is to research to make sure the information they're giving you is right and exact, especially when it comes to history. See, there's some white folks that teach history and they're so goddamn lost. So goddamn lost. So it's important that if we all was to accept this truth, if the students, all students, regardless of all students was given this truth, how much of this new racism you think we'll be having today? You think these white folks would still be choking motherfuckers out? Huh? What would have happened if white folks, if the Indians was smart enough to understand that those folks was coming with wicked intentions and was prepared for it? Where you think white folks would be today? Well, anyway, what I was going to say, I do deviate a lot, but what I was starting off with, what I was initially going to talk about was, today's Father's Day, and to all the stand-up fathers, man, salute to you all, man. Salute to the real fathers who's in their children's life, who's guiding them, who's educating them, who's loving them, who's making time for them. This is what father, see, that's a great title. As a man, you got children, this is a fucking title, man. This is a championship title you must learn to uphold. And there's a percentage of you motherfuckers out there should have been born with vaginas, man, because you are a poor excuse for a man when it comes to guiding your offspring down that righteous path. What so-called father, what real father want their offspring growing up and doing this bullshit they done? If you was abused, how the fuck you want to grow up and do what you didn't like to someone else, like they're gonna like your abuse? I was abused, so there's no goddamn way on the planet, man, I would ever. I'm not accepting no one to lay hands. No one. No. There's an issue there. Because I know that it's not going to do nothing. I personally know. You cowards striking your kids, you ain't doing nothing but being a bully. Because that's beating them, abusing him, like you got the right and you don't. You abuse them, like that's not going to make them go right. Nah, that's not going to make them walk straight. I know. It's not going to make you do nothing but harbor hate and animosity in your heart later on. As you're getting older, you remember this shit. You think about that shit. You recall, yo, I never got love from on that side. Never ever know what that is. You know, that's sad. That's some sad shit. Some of you motherfuckers may not understand what I'm talking about. Because we was raised totally different ways, man. Some are being raised in their family, with their family, regardless of how tight it is. I'm in jail. In jail for murder I knew nothing about. From 12 to 17, I was locked up. Well, anyway, what I was saying is all the years of me abusing drugs. Never ever thinking later on, you know, something can happen. Because life don't come with instructions, nor do addiction. You know, and the first time I was introduced was when I was 17. And the person that introduced me to was my father. Sniffing coke. That was the first damn. And I just wish I was, you know, looking back, I just wish I was strong. I said, nah, I'm cool with that. I wish I'd have knew about that. I really wish I had prior information on that. The damage it's going to do. The damage it will do. The damage it did do. I got caught up in it, man. Went from sniffing coke to smoking bass. To smoking crack, to committing crimes after crime after crime after fucking crime, never thinking. It took '08, something happened in '08 for recovery for me to say, yo, that's it. Which I done said that before, but there was nothing behind me saying it. There was nothing behind it. Something happened because I was getting high earlier. So I went from point A to point B, and I stood on the corner with two other active, miserable people. I say if you're getting high, you gotta be miserable, man, to be putting that type of bullshit in your body. See, you're not thinking, nigga, you don't know. See, I didn't know. And I've been clean since '08, and things has been catching up, man. Things been catching up, man. And when I went to a specialist, I'm sitting there talking, and he's telling me some shit. You know, the shit he said, no man really want to hear that type of shit. That shit just did something to me. I'm really surprised, man, that I didn't revert back to drugs. And I was like, God damn. I was like, God damn, yo. I went into I just locked down. I just shut down. You know. This is the first time I've ever talked about this. The first time. No man wants to know that they can't produce children. And you want to, hopefully you can know motherfuckers that you can tell this to. I have not ran into a motherfucker comfortable enough for me to tell that to. I was like, God damn. That's when I deal with children, man. They're just so precious. And when you're a coward and you don't ask questions, you got bird motherfuckers accusing me of being some type of child freak. I knew nothing about this information. When the coward goes on a run or something, dudes that I was socializing with now come and tell me. Come to find out that the fat fuck that told that lie was a rapist twice. That's why there's two chicks in this community that want to fuck with me. I would never fuck with them. Never. They're the two last bitches I'll be jerking on. They used to never ask a question. Listen to the bullshit in the air. Get on the elevator. Don't get on the elevator. They see me and go around like I'm typing some type of germ. So all you had to do, I tell cowards, all you got to do, you got to question, you ask it. You don't assassinate good man's character from some bitch ass nigga. Because of, if I would have knew then, I don't know, I probably would have been in jail. I don't know. Or in the hospital, I don't know. But there's no way. No way in this world. There's some things I'm not going to say. I'm not going to call you a snitch if I ain't got no goddamn proof. I don't care who the fuck told me that's what you are. Who am I to assassinate your character, to prejudge you? Who the fuck am I? Nigga, I don't want nobody doing that to me. So I'm going to deal with you the way I want you to deal with me. And some of you cowards don't even know what that's about. I had an active addict tell me, hey, yo, just because you deal with motherfuckers straight up doesn't mean they got to do the same to you. This is an active addict. He's still getting high. And I went upstairs thinking about that shit. I said, ain't that a bitch? It made a lot of sense. Some maybe don't know what that reciprocation is, how to return that. I know this. Two so-called sorry fathers. I'm training kids, teaching them. It's all about fundamentals. I would teach you the correct way to box. The fundamentals, you know, I'm not a licensed, but I do know the fundamentals of basketball. Before I tore my Achilles tendon, man, I did my thing on the court. So I know the fundamentals. I was the point guard, so I know what it takes to be a point guard. This information I've always instilled. Basketball, I would always instill. Boxing, I would always instill. So I've invested my time. I buy this. This shit is this. All these stuff is not mine. This is not for me. You know, I got boxing shit, all types of shit I done bought to train kids who had fathers that would never be out and about. You know, I taught kids how to box, and the fathers showed no appreciation. Zero. Quite to the contrary, they were haters. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why when you do good for somebody and they're just, you know, yo, they was always there. You think yo, come on, get it. Yeah, I would always encourage. Yeah, come on, let's get down. I will always encourage. Yeah, you fucking look. Come on, man, we fuck him out and tell the father, man, you can't, that's your kid, nigga, get in there. You supposed to be doing that. So when I got that information, that's why, you know, you motherfuckers don't understand why they're just so precious. I wasn't given love as a youngin. I don't know what that feels like. You know, I got little brothers and little sisters. That was one fucked up journey, man. A foul journey. I got a little brother got murdered. Older sister got murdered. A lot of hate going on there. To this day, I don't know nothing. Zero. Today, I don't even know my relatives. No lie. I don't understand. I didn't know my grandmother, my grandfather. I must say my grandmother maybe once or twice. My grandfather, never. And that's why, I'll be so upset. If I got family, I want to know where my family at. I'm entitled to know. And none of you motherfuckers got a right to keep my family away from me. I need to know who the fuck my family is. Who the fuck are you? If you're a hater, that's your problem. But I need to know who the fuck is my family. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit, that's it, man. No man wanna do that. No man, it's like, damn, I'm a useless man. I mean, as a man, nigga, you want to be able to have your offspring. Twice it went down. Twice it broke down. Twice. No excuse. At the time, at that time, the strongest thing in my life was drugs. The most important thing in my life is drugs. If you're not an addict, if you wasn't an addict, if you ain't never ever been an addict, then you're not gonna understand what I'm saying. You won't understand, oh, that nigga crazy. Nah, man. I remember talking tough, looking at addicts, and saying, damn, man, that's crazy. Why are they like that? Man, shit, I would never get that. I don't understand that. And I think when I said that, it seemed like the mistake is made when you say what you would never be. Man, I could never, man, the fuck, I'm never gonna do that. I became worse than what I said I would become. I became worse. Addiction have you ready to kill. I mean, kill. And you like going to war, man. You are literally going through a self-war. I know I was. And I'm saying, nah, it ain't worth it. I don't think no amount of money is worth killing somebody. Personally, I don't think so. Really, man to man talking, nah, there's not an amount of money worth snatching a life from. So when you got, see what this ain't, what's happening right now, because I really don't want to talk about it. And I chalk that up to my addiction. That's what I chalk that information, my doctor gave me. And the answers they give me when I ask them how and what's going on, they say, yo, they don't know. They don't know. You're a specialist. How the fuck you don't know? I need the answer. How the fuck? Is there any way to get it back? And today, I'm still putting a big needle in my ass. Today. I've tried the gel. Yo, man, the gel used to burn blacks. It would be so many. I show my doctor. He's like, oh, shit, nah. Fuck you doing? The shit would burn. The patches would burn. So they stopped with the patches. Then they went gel. Then you start thinking about these medications and, the effect. They say, why can't a medication just work without all these side effects? The side effects is what bring these crooked thieves more money. Motherfuckers say, ain't no money in the cure. Now that's some wicked shit. So yeah, I think today I would have been a special. See, today my hands get cold. Like when it's hot outside, my hands are cold. Because of this COVID shit. I had COVID. I've been messed up. I was messed up. I couldn't smell. I couldn't taste nothing. I was really beat up. And we need better fathers. I know I would have been a great father. I just because the way I treat other people's kids, the way other kids gravitate toward like a fucking magnet. They used to come here, ringing my bell, looking for me, man. I swear to God. Yo, man, they would come, yo, Rockman, I swear to you. Be like 19, 20 kids downstairs. I swear to you. And there was other people in the community who were haters. You see, you know, I believe in this great saying that it takes a village, a nation to raise the children. Now imagine, you see these communities of the influx of foreigners, is, you know, and for some sad reason, when foreigners come here, because I believe we need a change, a 360 with foreigners, with the businesses in our communities, you know, with self. You know, got to start with self first. We got to start with the black love, the self-love. Look in the mirror. Yeah, I like that motherfucker looking back at me. I love you, man. We start with that. We start with this here. We start teaching our young girls how to be princesses. You're not doing that. You're allowing them to walk these streets like future whores. I've seen them, yes, no, day before yesterday, I posted something on this. Day before yesterday, I was going somewhere. 3 young princes was on my side, going this way, I'm going this way. Not like maybe 4 or 5 young princesses on the opposite side going that way. So they young boys going this way, the young girls going that way. Now, young kid shouting to chicks over there. None of them was covered up or nothing, you know, thinking they're untouchable, obviously. Then across the street, you had these young girls dancing in gyrating fashion and tight clothes on and so far to the ground and shit. And I said to myself, you know, if I was a magician and I can snap my fingers and they parents appear right at that second and seeing that, I wonder what their parents would do. Would they want to record it? Hey, don't forget, subscribe, man. Oh, man, look, oh, shit, look how they getting down. Or would you lay foot to ass? I don't understand. You see these girls coming out. First of all, they showing no respect. They showing themselves no fucking respect at all. Zero. Young girls, you got grown, you sorry ass parents. You got your young girls in the street. You know that these older motherfuckers will fuck the shit out of them. Let me tell you a story, man. And this is gospel. I think I told this some time ago. I came home and one of my homeboys was like, yo, today it's on me, nigga. And bitches was on his dick. They was on his dick. You gotta call it what it is. And he was like, at that time, he was in the night beautiful car and he was on the phone with some chicks from Brooklyn. And he was like, yo, Pete, you wanna go to Brooklyn, fuck these bitches, or you wanna stay out in the Bronx? So at that time I had white rhino, but I was still getting high. But I was smoking, we had white rhino. I'm rolling up the rhino. And he said, nah, we stayed out in the Bronx and we put these 2 young girls and we called them up. They was like, yo, bring some ecstasy. You know, so on our way there, we stopped at some of his peoples and got some shit, got a big bag of that shit. And we put them up somewhere. Now, when they get into the car, they're in the back seat. As soon as they get in, he give both of them an ecstasy. Because they say, yo, we can bring an ecstasy. So, as soon as they get in, they take an ecstasy. So we driving, and the weed was fire. And as we driving, the pills are taking effect. And I look into the back, they're making out, and they look at me, say, "You want to join?" And I said, "Nah, I'm cool from here." And I was watching. But as I'm looking at these girls, I'm trying to. I just need them to be of age. Nothing else is gonna matter, man, because they look good. See, the white girl, big titties, and she left her ass home. Now, the Latin chick was the way I like my women, small titties and a beautiful bottom. So I stayed with her, and I won't say her name. And we're looking for a telly. So the telly we found, it was only one room left. So he was like, yo, we gonna go up in there and do our thing. I said, nah, no, we not, nigga. I'm taking Shorty upstairs, and you know, you fuck her in the car or something. You know. So anyway, everything, he paid for everything. And I'm upstairs with her, and I'm sitting in a single chair like this one here. And the bed was this way, and I'm looking at her. She's disrobing, and she had on lace bra, lace panties, trequeña, her body. She had a beautiful brown complexion, and she was a beautiful chick. So now I'm right here watching her. But something, I was high, but something in my weed state, it just wasn't right. No other man would have did it. Because she didn't look it. She didn't, goddammit. And I don't know what made me ask her age. I said, yo, how old are you? And I don't know what made me ask her that. But I'm looking at her. When she told me the age, man, shit. Man, my high went away. I screamed on her. I was so mad at her. I said, yo, how old are you? She looked at me and said, 13. Oh my God. I got on the phone, called him. No, he didn't come back. He did not answer that motherfucking phone. He did not answer the phone. So I told her, dress. I want you to dress, and I'm gonna need you to stay over there on the bed. Just stay fully dressed over there. And all she kept saying is, please tell him we had sex. Please. She kept trying to emphasize that I said, I ain't gonna say shit to him. Fuck you mean? There's no way in the world I'm gonna tell him it's not gonna happen. Not even a lie to satisfy you. It's not gonna happen. But I already knew, but like I said, I didn't know she was a baby. And he already told me. He said, man, I don't give a fuck about them bitches, man. I just want them to sell their pussy, man. I don't give a fuck about them. They think I give a fuck about them. And they'll do anything, man. Anything, because he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. You got to give credit where credit is due, man. He was a money man, you know. Fly nigga, you know, give credit where it's due, man. But I don't know if he knew. Because like he said, he didn't give a fuck, you know. You know, he just wanted, hey, get that pussy, sell that shit for me. And they would jump out the windows for that nigga. And, yo, please say, and what happens? What happens? Who's responsible? You know, I'm deviating again, but being that story took me there about how these young girls are out here disrespecting themselves. And I always believe that the greatest teaching starts within the family structure. Now, if the teaching within the family structure is warped, ain't shit. You people cannot get mad at no one else for teaching those children what the fuck they're learning. Because if you ain't gonna extend your fucking hand, hey man, when I was on drugs, man, no one extended a hand. No one extended a hand. Two, one stranger, one Puerto Rican dude, out of all that drug dealers that he sold drugs to. This is gospel, I swear to God. Like I said, I didn't know him. And he would always say to me, yo, why you on drugs, man? Why the fuck you on drugs, man? Hey, yo, man, your money not good here. I didn't even know that nigga. But he said, yo, why are you on drugs? Out of all of these people, all the addicts, active addicts at the time, I didn't know what that man saw that was special with me that made him always say, yo, what you doing, man? Hey, yo, man, get your shit right, man. What the fuck you doing? He did more, he said more than Blood Family, period. He would not sell me drugs. My money was no good. And you know, drug dealers, man, come on. Like I said, I didn't know him. And that was so strange how a stranger would be so concerned for an active addict. Then I had someone that was cool with me shed tears. He, you know, yeah, You know, he literally shed tears, man. Never had no one shed tears. You know, so these stories are rare, so that's why things that are rare, I remember. You know, stories that are rare. If I tell you stories because it's rare, if I remember it, it's that rare. You know, it's not like I'm telling you something and it's growing out of my ass or something. No, it's actual fact. You know, so it's really important that you see. You hear the word "I'm real." I'm real. You hear these young bitches talking that I'm real shit, and they trying to prove shit. They're not respecting themselves as princesses. They would rather be whores. They would rather be whores just to be accepted. Now, if the mother was to be the queen and teach her child, like I seen a black woman, I seen two women, I seen it maybe 3 to 4 times. Women on the train feeding their children, feeding their child through their bosoms, which I always salute. And when anybody talk shit about them, I'm standing up for them, always. Like, mind your business, man. I mean, what the fuck you talking about? What she's doing is the greatest way to feed the child. Not with that Similac garbage. What I was telling you about the artificial, going back to what I was talking about when I was putting all that, obviously, you know, my situation was disrupted from all the strange drugs that I put in my body. You mothers out there, you putting artificial shit in your child's body. What do you think will happen later behind all that artificial shit in your child's body? You want to do, Similac because it's expensive, man. I want y'all to see I'm special. I love my child. Bitch, you got the greatest milk with the greatest nutrients in your bosoms. And you opt for some bullshit artificial shit that you can't pronounce? So now your child is growing up big ass, big titties at 10. Your child's having mental issues, and now you trying to figure out why. Motherfuckers, because you the cause. You put that junk in their body, man. You crazy? Shit. You the reason. And I guarantee if you was to feed your child strictly bosom milk, the child body will grow right, and mentally they will be sound. You got to do your homework. Meaning you. I'm out, man. Happy Father's Day to the real fathers. This is from me to you. Stay focused.